Can Peter Parker and his new friend Boomerang keep a powerful magic relic out of the hands of the Kingpin? Well, let's hop into the pages of Amazing Spider-Man issue number 43 and find out together, shall we? So then, picking up from where the last issue left off, and again, I know that feels like forever ago now, Spider-Man and Boomerang were in the sewers of New York looking for the Lifeline tablet, a magical artifact that they thought was just regular Earth magic, but that we now know is actually highly advanced alien magic protected by the monster Gog, a giant monster that Spider-Man has actually had a long and storied history with ever since the early 70s. Now, when met with such overwhelming adversity, it's here that Fred Myers really shows what he's made of, and that is by running away. Ah yes, truly the Sir Robin of this series. He bravely runs away. What I truly love about this scenario too is that Boomerang chooses to get back to the surface by using rocket boots that he bought but never actually bothered to use until right now. Seriously, who buys rocket boots and then doesn't use them? Boomerang may very well have made a bad situation 100% worse, as Gog is now chasing him through the city, causing untold amounts of collateral damage. This also means the Kingpin and his militarized police force have more reason than ever to step on in. Spider-Man steps on in to try and make amends for decades worth of mistreatment to Gog. After all, he's not bad, he's just a big confused animal, so confused that he smacked Spider-Man around when he was actively trying to advocate on his behalf. It's at this point Boomerang is actually overcome with a bit of a conscience and doesn't want Gog to kill his best friend / meal ticket / roommate. Of course, you're probably thinking to yourself, what on earth could a guy who throws boomerangs do against such a massive monster? The answer is not much, but here's what you probably weren't expecting. Gog loves boomerangs. They're so much fun. It's right around here our two heroes realize that they've been dealing with this whole situation wrong the entire time. They shouldn't be treating Gog like a monstrous threat. Instead, they should be treating him like a stray pet, which is exactly what they do. Spider-Man also digs into the old memory banks and digs up some rather interesting continuity, and that is one of the other times that him and Reed Richards had defeated Gog. They shrunk him down using Pym particles, meaning that he still probably has some residual Pym particles in him that they can reactivate. And once they do that, Gog gets shrunken back down to size and isn't a threat anymore. Granted, Spider-Man and Boomerang still have to figure out what they're going to do with the monster. They can't turn him over to the Kingpin, that's for sure. And it's not like they can just drop him off at the alien monster pound, so it looks like for the first time ever in his life, Peter Parker just got himself a brand new pet. Which, you know what, actually showing that he's able to take care of a pet does represent a pretty sizable evolution in Peter Parker's character and level of actual responsibility. It also kind of brings everything full circle, too, from the previous issue wherein we learned Gog's backstory about losing his first owner and along with that his innocence. Now Peter Parker has filled that role, made amends, and both are genuinely a lot happier now as the comic comes to a close. And such, that was Amazing Spider-Man issue number 43, everybody. A short, breezy, fun sort of issue. One that I think is actively meant to be a kind of calm before the storm, as the next arc looks to be involving the newly resurrected Sin Eater and Kindred once again. I've mentioned it before, but it bears repeating, I really am a soft sell for stories just like this. I love weird, forgotten continuity from the past. I love comedic shenanigans, especially with D-list supervillains like Boomerang. I love this buddy cop dynamic that Peter and Fred have really started developing here, and you know it can't possibly last forever, but I'm totally on board with it while it does. Is this the best issue of Spider-Man I've ever read? No, not by a long shot, but it was a nice way to dip my toes back into the web slinger now that new comics are slowly but surely coming back. Overall, I'd give this one a 7 out of 10.
Hey there everyone, Cape Joel again, and I just want to thank you so much for watching to the end of the video. It means a lot to me. And hey, if you enjoyed the book I covered in this issue and want some comics of your own, might I recommend Book Depository? It's my #1 place for shopping for comic book trades. You get a great price, and if you use my link down in the description, you'll actually be helping me out at the same time. You get something, I get something, everybody wins, right? So until next time everyone, I've been Joel, and I will see you in the next video. Bye-bye.